What is up, JL Life? Modell here.
And Misty.
So today we're finally going to be working on the J10. It has been forever and I keep putting it off because I'm like, you hear that? Wouldn't be a garage video without the neighbor power washing. He's doing this for a purpose. What's going on?
Your lens is dirty.
What? No. What's he saying?
No, it's clear.
So my buddy Jordan, our good friend Bailey, they're going to be helping us weld on the brackets to put in this damn 1-ton in the rear. Now I know I have not gotten an outlet put into the wall, so we're going to do some stupid things. I'll show you when we get there. But let's get started. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be cleaning up this axle, getting all the rust off, cleaning up everything for some clean welds. And we're going to be welding on the brackets to bolt this to the leaf springs under the J10. Another thing I need to do is working with the leaf springs. I want the leaf springs to sit exactly where it needs to be when we weld on the brackets for the axle. So when we bought the J10, we were told they had some custom shackles. If you want to come check these out. As you can see, it's a shackle linked to a shackle. Definitely, I'm sure it helped flex, but I think that also led to issues with the old axle and ripping the frame, rolling and denting the shocks. So we're going to be actually putting some boomerang shackles on, so we don't have to deal with that.
I'm grinding these.
So before we start welding on the brackets on the axle, we need to make sure our leaf springs are going to be sitting where we want. So we're going to be removing the custom shackles. We're going to be putting in some new boomerang shackles. I think they are Rubicon Express.
Yes.
I think they're Rubicon Express. I bought them a while ago. So anyways, rusty parts, penetrating oil. Taking it off.
That was very reassuring.
Right? That was really loose. Oh!
Pry bar.
There we go. Yeah. So, doing better, thinking these things through.
Now things are happening.
Beautiful. Get it out of there. I was saying before we put this back up, I want to clean this part of the frame real quick. Go. As I take everything apart, or anything apart, I'm going to be putting anti-seize on. There's a lot of rust. Actually, it's really not that bad, but cleanliness is godliness.
Next to.
Oh.
Quick. Don't tighten it up too much. You still need it to flex around to get it up on there.
All right, well,
Because,
yeah. Do that now then.
That won't be fun when you can't move it.
Right now.
Okay, right there.
No.
Oh.
Alright, so we encountered a problem. And that's normal when you're working on something that's old.
Yes, problema.
So, as we wanted to put this on, you know, it obviously don't fit. So we were going to cut out the stud and go get a bolt to fit and fab it in. However, it's Easter. Everywhere's closed. And we really been wanting to get this done. So what we're going to do, we're going to disassemble the custom shackle. And we're just going to reuse the factory one for now. And we'll go back to this task another day. It's gains, I tell you.
So convenient.
Gains. Except for my
You have not.
lights.
Hold on.
Down
There, Jordan, help me out here.
All right, you turn the wrench
with
up.
tools.
I haven't bolted it in yet. This is still a... Where's that penetrating oil?
We've gone from there to down there.
Yeah. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Nope. Not by the finger.
Fingers.
Woo! I think that was his whole
Issue?
why he did the whole custom shackle, because he couldn't find something
That
to
massive.
resolve that.
Yeah.
As you can see, the factory's just a hell of a lot thicker, bigger, than aftermarket's obviously a hell of a lot smaller.
Oh, this is different sizes too.
Okay. And boom.
Then bolt fly.
I lost my nuts! I love this ratchet, dude.
Yeah, I like those ratchets too.
Okay.
Although that's Lee Springs.
There you go. Boom.
Say something.
Hi.
Majestic.
Something.
Hold on, Mo.
Got it. Go. Got it. All right.
Everybody. Uh-huh.
Love you, buddy.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Stud just bent over here.
You gotta cut it off.
I know.
Oh,
I was just wondering what was behind it.
Nothing.
it's not actually holding.
It's right there.
What's the plan?
The plan is to work in a clean area. You helping? Hello?
What?
Are you helping?
Yes.
Because cleanliness is next to godliness. Did I do that right? Hey.
All right. Let's give ourselves hernias.
Are you?
I guess. Yellow. Hey. At Mo's house. Mo.
It's like 5 minutes away.
10 minutes away.
Going.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Back up. I went too far. All right.
You could just use that little baby jack right there.
it's not in the hole.
You got a long way to go. Use the jack.
Okay, jack it is.
There we go.
Okay.
See how
Yeah.
much easier that was?
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, what's gonna happen next?
Now we're gonna use little baby jack again.
rotate the pinion
Yeah,
up.
okay. I'm getting too old.
Maybe that was a bad choice. Hold on, Momo. Okay. Metal.
Okay.
They're supposed to be fancy. Do you have a degree finder?
Yeah.
We want to be +5.
Okay. +5.
As you sit flat, you want the pinion angle to be +5 to 10, giving on your lift.
Okay.
So we're shooting for there. I need more lift.
More?
Yep,
What?
right there. It is a little tall. Go down just a hair. There's 5.
All right, so we need to bust out the welder.
We got a nice extension here.
One at a time. Let's follow me.
Dude. We're not built. La, la, la.
You're running it out the window. Yes.
So yes, we don't have a 220 in the garage yet, but we got one in the laundry room.
Is it the same plug? Is the next question.
Well, that's going to be the question, ain't it? Let's find out if that's the same plug. Maybe not.
Oh.
Crap!
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Okay, well, guess what? You get to learn the gift of 110 welding hardcore.
No, I won't do the 110 on the axle. Make sure it's the 220.
No, you can do 110. It'll get to penetration. You have a Miller-Matic. I have a Vulcan, and my axle doesn't fall out on pinball.
You don't have a 1 ton under there. You have a Dana 44. It's a lot lighter.
I have a 9-inch, but
The thing weighs freaking like 300 pounds.
I hit everything at full throttle.
I'm gonna hit everything.
It can be done,
Oh.
or we can stitch it in.
Just go back and do the 220.
It'll get
For
you
now to
rolling
get it
around.
moving.
That's not a bad idea. That I'm okay with. I thought I had a really smart idea.
I thought we did too.
I'm disappointed with myself.
That face.
Thanks for bringing the extension cord, Jordan. Oh.
What you doing here?
I am taking out my flux core wire and putting in the regular MIG wire. So we're going to do some welding. Shit.
All that stuff. Goodbye.
I will never understand.
Alright. Yeah. We're all set up there.
If you start welding, do not lose the cap. Because anywhere it does gas will not take your bottle without the cap.
Good to know.
And it's unsafe to travel without a cap.
Yeah. This is not a how-to.
No, none of this J10 content is going to be how-to. This is just
What we're doing.
build updates. Vlogging. Build vlog is what this is.
And I am not a professional. I'm just semi-professional.
I tell him to wear PPEs all the time. He doesn't. I can't help that either. But yes, Jordan has a lot more experience than me as far as fabbing and working on older vehicles and making things work.
Hi, I own pinball and I'm just fun.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, she's Bethel. Okay, now we take line and for safety purposes I always wrap them around the bottom because no point in having a line sticking out a mile. They're complicated. Come. And then you have a fancy little Miller doodad wrench down there, don't you?
Very fancy.
Let's see if it's the right one. Another.
Oh, yeah, I got, there's two fancy. See, it is fancy.
Yeah. Don't need to be crazy tight, but tight and snug so you don't lose gas.
In business.
Infamous?
In business.
I don't know what that means.
In business.
In business.
Business.
Stop. Crazy. I'm going to weld. You fucking nerd. Unfortunately, we thought running an extension cord from the dryer 220 volt down to the garage, we would be able to weld this in with the 220. However, that's not the case, but I really need to start making some progress with the J10. So what we're going to do, it's on the 110. We switched it over to gas. I've been practicing to the MIG gas. I've been practicing with the flux core. It's kind of switched that all around. I'm just going to put in some good tacks to kind of just hold it in place until I can finally get that 220 outlet in the damn wall, and we will go back and do what's needed. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Mo?
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal your welder.
Yeah.
So you can get stitches. It's getting good penetration. Mo just wants to be extra safe, and I don't blame him.
I'm not a professional welder, and I know someone's gonna go, "Yeah, friends shouldn't let friends who don't know how to weld. How else you gonna learn? But so again, the plan is we were just tacking it in with the 110. The 220 wall outlet is coming, and we are going to go back and complete the rest of the weld when we have the 220 and we can get it nice and hot and being that it's a 1-ton heavy ass axle, I'd feel a lot more comfortable getting the deep solid penetration with the welder rather than hoping that I don't grenade out the rear axle. There's this random stud hanging out the bottom. I'm taking it out.
Remove it.
Hopefully it's not, okay. Hopefully it's not going to be too seized on there. I think it's going the wrong way. But I just don't see a purpose of it rather than just something to bang my head on. Yep. See if I can avoid having to cut it out, but I might have to. Alright, so now we're going to put on the leaf spring plate on top. Now, one of the joys of working on something so old, things don't quite work how they're supposed to. So this stud is supposed to help hold this in place. That's obviously not the case. We're going to have to figure some way to help hold this in, and I'm thinking maybe a bolt that I can weld onto, or not a bolt, a nut I can weld onto the leaf spring. But we're going to be interested in just getting this together. Bolts, washer, anti-seize. One in. Gonna put on the other side. Shock nuts. And then I just gotta figure out. We'll probably mount it to like this or something.
Not to that part.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut some steel. Patch that. Yeah. But all right, look at what we're doing.
All right. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, you like that?
Dirty.
Yeah.
See, you cleaned up this side, but she's gonna.
I forgot to do this side. I get ahead of myself sometimes. All right.
Teamwork. No.
Got it. I'm tight. Now I gotta loosen it to get it straight. That went too fast.
One side at a time. Clean this up.
What? Look, we have an axle under it.
Look at that, it's in there.
Alright, well, I think we can probably wrap this video up. That's so exciting. Finally got it tacked in. I'm still going to go back once I get the 220 in and fill in all the extra gap. I know it's just kind of getting it set to where I need it right now. It looks much nicer. I can start working on it. We can work on getting the drive shaft hooked up. You know, some immediate projects for this. Past the axle, I want to go back and finish all the welding for the bobbed bed and just make that look a lot, complete it and make it look better inside. So we got holes inside. Inside I want to finish. I'm going to cut out these seats completely. Don't know yet, but these are welded in, so I have to cut them out. Because I want to raptor line the inside. We're probably going to make a new dash. Lots of things planned for the J10. I'm sorry, I've just been really bad always just giving all the love and attention to the JLs and not to the J10. Haven't forgotten about it. The project is still in full effect. It's always just paying for parts. Do we pay for parts for the JLs that we drive all the time, or do I pay for parts for the J10 that isn't going to be driven immediately because it's not rolling yet? So my guy. So guys, that's what I was trying to say. So guys. And to put that disclaimer out again, by no way, shape, or form are any of these J10 building building vlogs. This is more for just entertainment for you guys. We got lots of projects planned for the J10. I'm really motivated to get this J10 moving again. And we are making goals with this COVID money that's supposed to be coming in. I'm probably going to spend it on the J10 to get the rest of the parts I need to get this thing moving. Yay! You guys will be seeing Jordan often as we go through these J10s. He's just a lot more experienced in fabbing things, and he's helping me learn. Remember to
Like, comment,
subscribe, and share, and follow the J10 build. Follow the JL builds. It's a bunch of just awesome content. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all, keep it easy.
adios.